how to use Explain Everything, here are a few helpful tips. At the bottom of the screen, you will find that there's a slide count. In order to insert slides, you may add the plus sign. In order to navigate through different slides, you may tap on the slides or simply use the left and right arrows. First, we'll start with how to insert a picture. When you want to insert a picture, you need to go to this option right up here, and you're either going to tap Take a Picture, or you can insert a picture from your camera roll. So I'm going to choose an existing picture. You can also do videos. I am going to do this from our mass and weight video. If you want to crop your picture, you can crop it to whatever shape size you want to. You're going to hit apply when you're done. Done. And then if you'd like to resize, you simply pinch. A fun trick, if you double tap, it straightens out the image. And that's how you insert a picture, and that also works for inserting a video. Next up, we're going to go to how to point to things. This is kind of a fun one, and with the Universe project, it's fun to do pointers like lightsabers. So the pointer option is right here. If you tap and hold, you get all your fancy pointers. Got a handy lightsaber here, and you can use it to point to things. And that's kind of handy when you're traveling through your universe, if you want to point to where you're going in the universe, if you want to point out different aspects of your artwork, whatever the case may be. Next up, we'll go to how to zoom. If you want to zoom and travel through pictures that you've laid out without changing any of the arrangement, you got to go to the magnifying glass at the lower left-hand screen, and that's where you can zoom in and out without actually changing any of the editing. That's just going to be how you can travel through what you're looking at, and in a minute we'll learn how to record, and that might be helpful when you're zooming if you want to capture yourself zooming through your universe. If you want to just put it back to where you started, you hit reset and it'll bring you back to there. Next up, we're going to go to how to record movement and sound. This is a fun one. So this red button right here allows you to record. You can see the countdown. That means that you are recording. If you wanted to do anything on the screen, it's going to capture whatever you're doing on the screen. It won't include the toolbar. So when you press stop, you'll see the playback option. So right here you can see it's kind of cool, very scientific. We got some sound waves going on here. That top bar shows that you were drawing. You can record back, and you can hit play to see what it looks like when you play it.
Allows
see that
you to
toolbar
record.
drops out.
You can see the countdown. That means that you are recording. If you wanted to do...
So you can hear that I recorded my voice. The microphone option, if you only wanted to show movement and you did not want to record your voice, this microphone right here, when it has a strike through it, that means that it's not recording any ambient sound or your sound into the microphone. It's only recording anything that you're doing on screen. So up to you. You might want to keep that microphone on as you're recording your script for your video. The other thing that you can do as far as editing, that's kind of helpful. See this red line? This red line sort of marks the boundary of where you can edit forward from. So let's say I didn't like from 5 seconds on. Let's see what that sounds like.
The countdown, that means that you...
Okay, so right there, just about 6 seconds. I don't really like that, so I'm going to hit this delete button right here, this trash can, with the arrow. That means it's going to delete everything after that. And it's only going to keep what was before it. And you can play to see if you like where it stopped.
Allows you to record. You can see the countdown.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to show you one more time at that red line. That is where I want to chop off. So then you tap and hold the bar and you slide it over, and that's going to allow you to be able to do some editing. There's many other editing tools. That's all I'll show you for now. I actually just noticed in my easily distractible zone here, there is a GIF option. Alright, kind of interesting, maybe something to investigate for another time. Right now we're going to move forward again. and how to lock pictures in place so it doesn't move when you're zooming. So this is a huge one. In order to create that explain everything file where we were zooming in and out of the universe, in order to do that, you need to know and be very familiar with this eye tool right here. Okay, so first I'm going to just pop in a picture to play around with. So I'm going to put in an existing video, and don't have a lot of pictures on my camera here. We're going to go here. I'm going to crop it out. Let's say I've got this scene right here. Apply and done. And I like the size of it right here. I think that's great. Imagine this is your universe background and you want to be able to zoom in to something. Let's say you want to zoom into, like, the sun right here. So if you want to do that, what you're going to do is first you want to be able to lock it into place. So when you zoom, you don't adjust or edit anything that you want to stay in place. So we're going to do the I button. We're going to tap on the picture, and you see that dotted line. If you take a close look here, the dotted line will appear around the border right here. So I'll go back again. I'm tapping the picture, and you see that dotted line. So that means that it's selected, and you're going to go to the lock part of the menu. You're going to tap lock. That means it's currently locked, so let's test it out. I'm on the hand mode right now, and I'm trying to move that picture, and I can't. Notice that this in the background, do you see that? Notice that that is moving around. That's because that's not locked in place. Here's another cool function with the I button. I'm actually going to zoom out a little so you can see what's behind it here. So notice that this right here is not locked in place, and it's also behind the picture. Let's say I want it in front of the picture. I'm going to go back to the I button, select this right here, and this is arrange. You're going to do bring to front, and now that's in front. I go back to the hand, and now I can control it, and this is in front. So imagine that this right here is your universe picture in the background. Imagine this right here is, say, a galaxy picture that you want in front of it, that you're going to zoom into. So we're going to lock this guy in place right here. I selected him. We're going to do lock. And then when I'm on the hand mode, I can not move anything. All right, so I'm trying as I may, I can't do it. All right, so let me see if there's any more features in the inspector tool here that we can do. Kind of fun. You can do duplicate. So let's say you want to only use your galaxies in your universe. You may want to consider using other student artwork just because every galaxy is unique, so using other students might be a good way to demonstrate that. But let's say, for whatever reason, you want to duplicate something in your project. Tap whatever you want to duplicate. You just keep it in duplicate until you get as many as you want. And now, it's different than copy and paste, because as soon as you hit duplicate, it makes another one. So you'll notice, I'm trying right now to move these around. Anytime you duplicate something, any features that were locked onto it are going to be set to whatever the duplicated picture is. So we want to select these guys and say unlock here. Let's see. Alright, so now he's unlocked. I want to move him, can't do it, so I'm going to unlock him. I selected. I'm going to tap that lock. And now that it's not highlighted, it means it's unlocked. It'd be nice if it's unlocked, but let's test it out. There we go. Alright. I think I've shown you everything that you might need to know for the basics of how to get started with Explain Everything. A couple other basics if I were to show you. I just chose another slide. You can choose templates. For this project, you might just want to do a blank template. You'll notice that number went up to 7. So now I'm on the 7th slide out of 7 total. Here's how we type. If you want to change the color, you can tap that purple right there where you see for me. You can change them. You can do a custom color. If you want to do a custom color, you can switch it up by whatever you want to do here. You can change the font and la-di-da. That's pretty good. If you want to draw, you can draw that way. You can change the thickness of the line by tapping that dot. And the easiest way to get rid of something, this is a question that students always ask, why doesn't my eraser button work? It only works on the most recent thing that you did. So if you want to get rid of anything and you made it a little while ago, or the eraser just isn't working, you're going to tap the X option, and notice the box goes around everything. So the X, if you don't want it to go around everything, you want to just, these guys are grouped together. So if you notice that two things are grouped together and you don't want that, go to the I button, and we're going to go to arrange, and these guys are grouped together right here. So I'm going to go ungroup, and then when we go back to it, you'll see that this is no longer attached, and when I want to delete him, boom, whoop, tap that X in order to do it, and then here, boom, and that's a wrap. Anything else, ask your teachers, and I hope you guys have fun with this project.